Hi YouTube family, my name is Elysia English and welcome back to our channel. I feel like we have been gone for so many days. It's been about a week since we have done one of our YouTube videos and there's a reason for that and I'm gonna blame our YouTube family. Really, it's an exciting reason why we weren't online. That is because we have been catching up on all of the orders that you guys have placed on our new ElysiaEnglish.com site. Huge overwhelming response over our barn fundraiser with our Hudson and London ornaments. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all those orders. That is still open on the shop if you're interested in helping with that. Some of our ornaments that we created for our craft show on this site, as well as some of our I Love You hand ornaments. You guys actually blew it out of the water and we set records at our local post office this week, just with our first batch heading out.
I feel like it's
gonna never end.
oh my god.
We're breaking records at the local post office today.
Yes, we definitely are.
This is just our first batch to head through. I will be back in another day or so.
Can't wait.
Are coming true, that's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small. And now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling.
You look like you're in a boat. Like I just see like it looks like a boat window.
I'm on a boat.
You're a boat to get a second stove in.
Oh, you're good.
I'm good. I'm full of those. I'll be here all week. He's like, oh great.
They're all fine. But I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come. Yeah, let it come.
Perfect.
If you remember when we first moved here, we were very discouraged thinking we would only have to heat with wood and that it was gonna be just something we really didn't feel like we were up to. And then once we got our wood stove, we absolutely fell in love with it that we're now putting in a second one.
There's nothing like heating your home with wood heat. It's very warm. It's super hot.
It's super hot, especially our upstairs because the heat literally goes right up the staircase. The kids' rooms and our room and the front hallway upstairs are so warm. We have to like turn it off sometimes and like open the windows up there. But as you saw, we were doing the kitchen renovation. We put the wood stove in the corner here, which is why we were doing all the tiling. This is going to warm up this kitchen space, which is definitely cooler than the rest of the house. Before we dive into today's video, I want to address something that's been coming up in our comment section that is a huge concern to Philip and I, but even more so with the excitement that you guys get on the other end. We've been having quite a few scammers in our comment section. So I want to be very clear. If you are getting messages in the comment section from Philip or I with our picture and our name that say that you've won something, contact us on Telegram, contact us on email, contact us by phone number, any way possible to contact us that is not written in the description box. ElysiaEnglish@hotmail.com is our email. If you are getting anything to reply to you on there in any way, it is absolutely not us. It is just a scam. It's something that's going around on YouTube all over the place. We can hide user from channel, delete comments, report it. Doesn't matter how many times we do it. They just make more copycat accounts and they go back and put it onto the comment section. We will never ask you for money. We will never ask you to send us your personal information, your credit card information, anything like that, unless you are shopping on our secure site, ElysiaEnglish.com, or if we announce on a video that you have won something. If we're doing a giveaway and you physically see me or Philip saying, congratulations, your name is this, and you won, we will contact you, okay? So don't fall for it. They're just looking for your money. It's Christmas time. They clearly need some extra help, but we don't want our YouTube family scammed, so that is our disclaimer for this video. So this past week or so, we have been busy getting ready for our horses to arrive in the spring. We've been working on all of our orders and doing a few more things at our renovation and just gearing up for winter here on our homestead. But that means that we've kind of like ignored the fact that Christmas is happening. We haven't decorated, we don't have our Christmas tree yet, and we usually like to make handmade items to send out to some of our friends and family. So today we're gonna tackle one of those things that we wanna send out, which I think will be really neat for you to see how these are made. These will also be available for your own custom orders on my ElysiaEnglish.com. All of the information will be down below. Okay, let's get started because I've been dying to make these, and we have two really special people that these are gonna get sent off to. So as you know, if you've been following our channel, I love to make things that are handmade, especially if I can make them out of upcycled materials. And that always leads me to making some homemade items for Christmas, usually out of upcycled materials or very inexpensive materials that I can find around the house. I am fortunate that I do have tools to help assist me in bringing some of my ideas to life, but I can still alter those and do them in a really unique way and just hand do them if I don't have something, say like a Cricut or a scroll saw. You can do something like drawing it out on a cardboard piece and then using an X-Acto knife or even some scissors to make an alternative to a similar idea as to what I'm making in this video. So don't think that if you don't have these tools that you can't bring this type of idea to life just in a different way. Just have to think outside of the box. But when I'm making homemade Christmas things or handmade things in general, I always like to think of the word custom. You don't want to create something that's handmade that you can kind of pick up anywhere. And someone who has a very uniquely spelled name, as a kid, I could never get the things that would be found at the store that would have your name printed on them. And so when I'm making something for children for holidays, I always think of being able to customize it with their name. And so I'm going to create a custom name scroll saw cutout for two very special girls that we're going to be sending some name cutouts to across the country for their handmade gift. And again, they also have uniquely spelled names. So this is something that I think will be really special because they can't just grab their name off of an ornament piece in a store or something. So I already went on and opened a new Cricut Design Space blank canvas and wrote the first name that we're going to create for this first project, and that is Kenzie. And like you can see, it is spelled in a unique way, so she wouldn't be able to just find this anywhere. So I think this is going to be really nice for her to have. Maybe she can hang it on her bedroom door or hang it up in her room somewhere. And so what I've done is I've just done a straight font. I can adjust the size if I want to, but I already kind of know this one's perfect. So I'm just gonna show you, you just have to drag the little box here to be able to make it whatever custom dimensions that you want. I'm using scrap wood, so I've made sure that mine fits to what I'm working with today. And it's so simple, I'm just going to click Make It. And this is going to send the information to my Cricut. And I'm gonna use some smart materials, which means I don't have to cut with a mat. This video is not sponsored. I just wanna show you how I create these types of projects. And then I'm going to click Continue. It's going to find my Cricut Maker 3 and ask me which type of material I'm going to print out my design on. It's going to cut it so that I can remove it and put it onto my wood. So I've chosen to use this smart vinyl, which is permanent. I just don't have any of the colors that I want in a removable right now, and this will come off pretty easily. And I'm going to send it to my machine to cut out for me. I'm going to use red so that when we're transferring this in the video, you can really see. I usually will choose a color of vinyl that maybe I don't use as often because this is actually gonna get thrown away at the end. I'm going to send it to measure to make sure that my vinyl is long enough for my project, which I definitely have enough vinyl for. The Maker 3 just assesses that you have enough to work on your project, and then all I have to do is hit play. So you likely won't be able to see on camera, but there is a very thin line that shows that the Cricut machine was able to cut out the shapes that I needed. So this says Kenzie. And now what I want to do is I want to remove any of the backing that I don't want to see. And so I like to use these Cricut tools here just to get a hold of the corners. And I'm going to remove all of the backing. And it's going to basically leave me just with her name. And you can see that inside any of the vowels or some of the letters here, we have the middles of the letters. So I'm going to use my weeding tool and remove those as well. Because we need to very clearly be able to see her name. You can see how beautiful her name looks now in this font here. And I'm going to use a piece of Cricut transfer tape. It is just like a large clear sticker on a grid. And what it's gonna do is help me transfer this design onto my board, because if I was, oh, it's a piece of tape, that's why. Okay, so if I was going to try to remove this off of this backing and then lay it down on the board, the orientation of the font is going to get all scrambled and it's just not gonna lay out perfectly. It's gonna look less professional. So this is just a really simple way of being able to make sure that you can transfer it perfectly. So you just lay it down on top, and I'm going to press it on tightly. And I like to do the front and the back. And then I'm going to remove this white plastic backing that we don't need. Now I have the name all ready. I'm going to lay it down on my board. And because I'm going to be cutting this out, I want to lay it on the board so that I use up as little space as possible. That way I can use this board still for more printed out pieces. And then you can remove your Cricut transfer tape. So I have her name already on here, but now I need to make a decision. So what I like to do is I like to just leave this vinyl on and head to my next step. Some people would like to trace this out using a pencil all the way around the edges, remove the vinyl, and then follow the pencil line using the scroll saw. I have a reason why I don't do that. Reason is that sometimes you don't cut perfectly with the scroll saw blade, although you try to be as on the line as possible. And then what happens is it leaves a little indent from the tip of the pencil along all of the edging of your lettering, if you've missed over the line at all. And then when you paint it, you see there's that defining line around the edge, and it doesn't give it a really seamless look. So I like to leave this on, don't have to worry about the pencil indentation, and just cut. This also gives me a really nice colorful line to be able to follow. It's easier to see when using the scroll saw than if I was following the gray pencil line. So because I have holes in the middle of some of my letters, I need to create a pilot hole for my blade to be able to fit in. And I like to do this first before cutting out the outside. That way I have meat on the wood to be able to drill the holes and be able to cut out those sensitive areas on my lettering. I'm gonna do that first. You wanna make sure that your pilot hole bit is big enough for your blade to slide through. So I personally like to work with a smaller piece, and so this is just excess. It's going to be kind of in my way. So even though I have a nice long 20-inch space here because I have a larger DeWalt saw, it just is kind of be an extra spot that I don't need to have in my way. So I'm gonna cut that off first. And again, I like to conserve as much as I possibly can because you don't know how much space you're gonna need on your next board. And I'm going to first put my blade through my first holes. So I need to release my tension and release my blade, and I can weave it through where my first hole is. So I'm going to do the E first. Blade down in place. My tension. And then I can cut out my E.
Pay attention to the sound, the one that's coming from your mouth. Don't mean to turn it upside down. I really wanna hear you out. I can't know how it is to be where you so calmly sit. When I'm further my own, there it is, catching only part of it. To just be, to really see something other than just me. To lean in, look around, open up to the sound. If I could give you more than half an ear, if I could give you more than half an ear. I hit the brakes, throw stones into a quiet lake. What is it you're really saying? I turn the thoughts to little waves, space on either side of
Kenzie. Now that we have the name scroll saw all cut out, you can see how much time it takes to make these, but how absolutely gorgeous to have something that's custom like this, that's handmade, that is gonna be painted in the color that she loves, that she can put in her room somewhere. These would also be so cute with your pet's name. They just got a puppy and his name is Biggie, so I'll definitely be cutting out Biggie's name as well. But I think there's so many different uses for these. You can hang them on bedroom doors, put them on wood signs. You could even have your family name on your front door wreath. I could think of 100 different places that I would put names that were cut out like this, especially because you just can't get your name sometimes somewhere. So I'm gonna sand this and get it ready to add Kenzie's favorite color. So if you have a Dremel set, you can definitely sand these much faster using a Dremel set, but because these are so dainty, I'm just gonna do it really carefully by hand. If you're gonna make these even smaller, you would definitely need to use a little sanding disc on your Dremel kit, but we're gonna just really carefully work our way around, because we're not in a rush. So we went ahead and Philip cut out the second name. So we now have Haven and Kenzie cut out and ready. And what we want to do now is paint them their favorite colors. And I spoke to their mom and I was like, what are their favorite colors? And so we're going to do them a seafoam green and a corally orange color. And that way they'll match the decor of their rooms or whatever their spaces are. And I'm going to do a little technique where I'm just going to paint the top of the letters and not the sides. I love the colors that the girls like. I think they look really nice on their scrolled out names, and how lovely to have this custom element to be able to put in their room. They could always add these to something later if they want to, or hang them on their door, but I think they're so cute. I love being able to make these handmade custom things. I think it's just a really unique gift to give. If you want to order some of these on your own, you can head to ElysiaEnglish.com and order your own. Make sure you leave notes in the details of your order to see what name spelling that you want. Make sure that that's all accurate. And they will be only available for a limited time, as obviously you can see how much time these take to make. So there will be a limited number of custom orders available. I absolutely love these names. I think it is so fun, especially someone who has a very uniquely spelled name. I know that that is true because when you guys are searching on my name, there's all kinds of different spellings in the comment section. But I just growing up was not able to have something that you could just grab off the shelf with your name on it. So these two girls at Kenzie and Haven also would have that same issue. So I thought how special to have something that was designed with their proper spelling of their name and even in their favorite colors. So how cute are these? I think you can see how much time and effort and even materials go into creating something like this. And so this isn't just a last second quick thing that can get thrown together. So it does take time, but I think that this is just something that's really special that they'll be able to keep. And you too can order your own custom names, and Philip and I will have them all scrolled out and sent out to you. Make sure to leave all of the information properly spelled in the notes of your order so we know how to correctly spell the name that you want to have cut out. Maybe you have grandchildren's names or your family last name, or maybe even your pet's name, but the perfect word that you want to have cut out, you can order on our website. The response for our site has been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much to everyone for all the response on our new ElysiaEnglish.com site. It has been absolutely amazing to have so many people cheering us on. You know that I absolutely love making things handmade, and this is just the natural progression into doing some more things that are related to what we're doing on our YouTube. So I hope that you've enjoyed everything we've tried out so far. We're just dabbling, making sure everything works on the site perfectly, that we've got all of our shipping and all of our order stuff all situated perfectly before we have some really fun ideas to launch in the new year. So thank you again. If you want to get your own of these, or you want to go and support our barn fundraiser, you can head and get our London and Hudson ornaments. They're pretty cute, and we're pretty excited about our huge projects that we have coming up on our channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.